13th month in the time of the Eternal, month 3, day 22, 2024. In dreams, I saw a huge ship, so big that in my opinion it was like a huge city, where thousands and thousands of people could go on board. This huge ship was in a huge bay and, there, with its ramp deployed to the shore, many walked along it to board it. I noticed that each one who went up there was a Seventh-day Adventist. I saw their Bibles and hymnals that identified them. And I knew many. Soon, from standing on the shore of that bay, I found myself aboard this enormous ship. I walked through it to see what else I could appreciate. It was a very comfortable ship in bedrooms and living rooms, with an extensive food menu and large dining rooms, among many other luxuries and extravagant amenities. I heard a man's voice speak and I recognized his voice. I walked towards him. The place where I heard the voice was near the bow of the ship, and there was this man, on a large balcony that overlooked the bay. And he was shouting that it was the last call, that they would soon set sail out to sea, that to get ready and let the last ones who were missing enter. I looked at the control cabin and walked towards it. There I saw one standing, and I noticed that the huge ship had no rudder. I was alarmed and ran towards the man who was shouting and I told him, "This ship has no rudder. You must get off it soon, because any large wave will cover it and you will not be able to steer to avoid it safely." The man laughed and exclaimed, "This ship is very safe, because of its greatness and strength, that will never happen." I answered him, "No matter how big, wide and strong, if it doesn't have a rudder, everyone with it will end up at the bottom of the sea. Please give the alert to get off." He laughed and remained silent. I opened my mouth and, as if it had a loudspeaker in it, exclaimed, "The ship has no rudder. You must get off because you will all perish in the immense sea. Look at the cabin, it doesn't have a rudder." Many looked, but laughed and remained absorbed in their activities. By my side, however, a few remained, and they ran in terror to the ramp of the great ship and got out of it. As soon as they touched the ramp, this began to rise, but these hurried each time more, those that were going behind, and they threw their belongings in the water or left them on the path of the ramp. And, when they reached the end of the ramp, they jumped into the water that was near the shore. Some were hurt a little, others more, others cried and lamented, but they reached safe ground. There they began to shout to their friends and family, "Come! Come with us. The water is not very deep, jump in." But they laughed at them and ridiculed them, saying, "Cowards! How do you exchange what is wonderful for cowardice?" But those who came out continued, crying loudly, asking them to jump. I saw the ship begin to separate from the bay. They untied the ropes and the boat continued in reverse heading into the deep sea. I saw a big wave approaching. It looked like a great wall that, from the horizon to the sky, could be seen advancing towards the great ship. Those who were on the boat didn't even notice, but I shouted from the shore, but my voice was lost in the wind that hit the waves. I saw that when some noticed the wave they shouted, "Straighten the ship! Straighten the ship!" But this had no rudder, they couldn't give it direction. So the huge wave hit the side of the huge boat and flipped it over. I saw many, who were on the railings, fall into the sea. Minutes later, neither ship nor people could be seen on the surface. Everything ended up under the angry waves of the sea. The wave continued advancing towards the shore, and we all ran inland, to high grounds. Upon arrival, we saw behind us the entire plain flooded. I saw, then, that the waves that continued to hit the bay were like great hands that fell to the ground and buried their enormous fingers in the ground, and struck it and dragged it out to sea. The scene changed and I found myself looking at 4 simultaneous events: a nominal Adventist church hall, where those present listened to the one who preached. I also saw a small Adventist church on the edge of a city where those who were there had an entertaining service for children, young people and adults. Also, at the same time, I saw a little church of, according to, they said, present truth, distorted to their convenient self and pharisaical formalism. And I saw that the clothes, both men and women, lacked of serious and modest fabric. Also, at the same time, I saw a small structure destined for a church of this present truth, with very few members, but all in prayer and supplication before God for the forgiveness of their sins and the transformation of their lives, by the power of Christ Jesus. The first group I saw was relaxed, comfortable and apparently happy of progress before all the activities of entertainment that they promoted and carried out. The second group, from the church on the edge of the city, there they had some attractions, some games, where they gave children, young people, even adults, who ran with these huge saucers with ropes. And they would jump off cliffs with them, and they would go up into the air with these huge saucers. The third group, they were preparing mobile homes and loaded them with all kinds of things, whether necessary or not, and took all the space in those filled with these same things. The fourth group fought hard for every necessary thing. And, at every step, they cried out and prayed to the Eternal. And, if they managed to take one step and another with great effort, they praised the Lord, but I saw that they were decisive and sure steps. No matter how difficult they were, they did not back down. Their goal was fixed, and the divine instructions were clear in their mind. Totally determined to fulfill them, despite every circumstance of great difficulty, these advanced. I saw that after arduous effort they achieved it, and, when one step was already completed, they embarked on the next step without hesitation. Then I was told, these four groups advance simultaneously and each one who is there must decide, since the finalization of time for them is near. Each individual, his life is at stake, and it is by own decision and not by group. Then I was ordered, put a testimony in group 1. I did it like that. I took the device that played the audio and put it there. And those who preached, destroyed it. And then I was ordered and was told, take this same testimony and put it in the second group. I did it like that. And those who were listening made more distractions so that the audio was minimized or null, so that they would not hear it. Then I was told, put this same audio in the third group. And I did it like that. Everyone there looked at each other and exclaimed, how can this be? Impossible to fulfill it. We don't accept it. We will go at our own pace. And they ordered to silence the audio and to take it out of that place by throwing it down a ravine, down a cliff. So, I was ordered to go for it. And I did it like that. And I put it in the fourth place. There, with the same audio, and I played it. While the audio was playing, these raised their heads, as they were bowing down, praying. And they listened and began to cry, and exclaimed, oh, wretched that I am! Wretched that I am! Lord, forgive me, wash me, cleanse me. Don't walk past me, please. Have mercy on me. Thus, the audio began and ended, and they played it again and again, because they did not want to lose even a detail of the living word. The days passed like this, and they continued in the same action. Soon I noticed that a very bright light came there, among them, and comforted them, strengthened them and possessed them. Their countenances were now shining and they now looked happy, confident and at peace. I didn't see anything else there. There I woke up. Oh, beloved brothers, how tremendous! Same time, same opportunity. But some, the majority, let it pass. And others take advantage of it. God grant that everyone be one of those who listen to and accept the living word of Christ Jesus. May the Lord bless us.